some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, Columbus, Ohio, and the old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy. As we'll see the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Virginia Tech Hokies, taking on the 15th ranked team in the land, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, and guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Hokies will put toe to leather and will get started. Returner will field it and try to get some field position. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. The Buckeyes offense will get first crack at it today. And they're going to have to contend with a secondary that is one of the best in the nation, Jesse.
And they're a complete secondary, too. When you watch them on film, they're very good defending the pass in coverage, and they can play man and zone. But I like them, David, because they're not afraid to put their face in the fan. Everybody in the back end likes to tackle and likes to be physical. That's what makes them special.
Yeah, and it's just an elite group in the back end. Multiple guys that win their individual matchups, which makes it hard to run offense. And this is a group that, yes, they tackle well, they see the football well, they break on it well. You better worry about the ground game. You better get some kind of deception going against this secondary.
Quickly complete. He'll be run out of bounds, but there is a flag on the play. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. And the Buckeyes will bring the punt team onto the field. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. So the Virginia Tech Hokies offense will take the field for the first time. They sure hope that that dynamic connection that was on display last week rears its head and wreaks havoc again today, Jesse.
And last week, it didn't matter what the secondary was doing from a coverage standpoint, David, whether it was...
Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. No real chance on the return, but they got it at the 34.
Not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks on the back end, and he's got to be real careful with his eyes, not telegraph throws like he did right there. He's going to have to settle in.
This offense has it with really good field position. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. The Buckeyes have a lot of options on second and inches. Back to pass. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down. The Buckeyes come to the line needing just inches for the first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Down to the 23 for this first and 10. Motion from the wide receiver. Little touch pass to the receiver. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. And the Buckeyes with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Fires toward the end zone. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Steps away to find some room. Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to get the 3. Doesn't have a straight-on shot here. He'll kick it from the left hash and 39 yards out. Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. But now there's a penalty marker on the field. Let's see what that's about. Might be the worst-case scenario for this defense. Thought they'd held them to 3. Now the offense with a chance for more. Wants to throw on first down. Fires into the end zone. Pass is broken up. Incomplete as they were trying to strike for 6. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Give to the back. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. From the gun, wants to pass. And he was trying to cash in the end zone in this red zone threat, but it's incomplete. Now on fourth down, here comes the field goal team. It's good. Easy call for the refs. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Looking downfield, it's Gentry. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
And what a great moment for that young man right there. That's his first career interception in college football. He's a guy that's worked so hard. He wanted to make an impact for his defense this year, and he comes up with a massive play right there.
This will make the offensive coordinator's life easier, taking over first and goal with the 1. He'll pull it on the read. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Man, you've seen the evolution of the option. You've seen the evolution with the scrambling quarterbacks that can run and be so dynamic and just so much to defend. The quarterback says, forget that. You defend everything, I'll take it myself. In for 6.
On to attempt the try. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. Off the play fake on first down. And the heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. That type of pressure on the quarterback, that's vintage Ohio State, right in keeping with the legacy that's been established by the Buckeye D.
Yeah, and you take pride in that. You own that legacy with all those guys you see performing at a high level in the NFL. Man, you see that, you want to go get it, recruiting guys to fit those profiles. That's why Ohio State always has a good defensive line.
Finds his man. It's Darisaw. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Fires to the big fella. Oh, he's got some space. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. And they just can't square him up, and he gets down to the 36. And the Hokies with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Trying to impose their will with the run. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They'll run the sneak for it. the sticks. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. The Hokies kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. They'll give it to him again. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged, but when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
He's got him this time. Rustled out of bounds at the 12, and another productive play on this drive. From the red zone, looking for a man. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They've built a quick double-digit lead now to try to get this offense really humming. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Grabs it in the middle. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down. Motion from the back. Going to take a shot on second and short. And the pass is incomplete, charged loose by the hit. The Buckeyes come to the ball trying to pick up this third and short. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up fourth down. And here comes the punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And the punt will hit at the 7, and they can't corral it. It goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he's stopped, and it'll be first down. Looking to throw, it's home. Quick strike complete. And they bring him down quickly, but a good gain there. And the Hokies in a good spot here with second and short. Looking down the middle. Pulls it in. It's Potts. Brought down at the 47-yard line after the 15-yard pickup. Wants to throw it. Always a welcome play from the defense as they get a sack at the 47. And this defense, this crowd, this atmosphere, it can rattle an offense in a hurry.
You can shake them up. When you can get to the quarterback and affect them, we all know they become very human. They start seeing things. And with this crowd, they can't hear anything. This place is going absolutely nuts. Nice job rushing the passer, igniting the crowd.
Hand off from the shotgun. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. Touchdown, Buckeyes! What a play! Not only the interception, but the great return for the score. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in Week 6.
And doing a great job in coverage. Obviously, you got to play run first as a linebacker always. That's your first thought process. But then reading the QB's eyes, breaking on the football, catching it. And then from there, it was easy. Just take it right to the house.
Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Out of the gun, the running back has it. He finds enough room to get it up to the 28-yard line before going out of bounds. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. Man, that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. First play of the period will be a second down. Dropping back, it's Gentry. Gets it out fast. He makes the tackle at the 33 after a pickup of 5. With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Looking downfield on first down. That's caught. It's Darisaw. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. They're dealing with a second and long. Wants to go up top. Pressure coming. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. Touchdown, Ohio State. What momentum you get when the defense comes up with a play like that. Look, I know it's only the second quarter, but we're starting to see a pretty significant gap develop between these two teams right now.
No doubt. When your defense is scoring, your offense is scoring, good things happening for your ball club. This defense on point, reading their scouting report, making big plays.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, you could make a good case. This is the game of the week in the Big 12. Oklahoma State is in front. They've led for most of the way. However, Pistol Pete isn't exactly putting this one in the win column just yet. They're up by a field goal over TCU.
Give to the running back.
We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it. This one, the Big 12, or anywhere else in college football.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Fires to the wideout. Connection to the right. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down.
I know this isn't the start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after that beautiful completion deep for the offense, that should give them a little confidence, a little momentum. They've now got us to be able to score points on this drive.
Dropping back, it's Hope. Bringing the heat. Touchdown, Virginia Tech. They won it all, and that is exactly what they got.
I don't know what play they called, but I would call it again because the defense had no idea what was going on. Receiver comes wide open, catches the football, and gets the easy touchdown.
Ready to try the point after. And after the extra point, they're now down 24-7. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they put the points on the board with that 37-yard touchdown pass. From inside the 10, here he comes. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Last time they had it, didn't pick up a first down. Let's see if they can put something together here. They'll knock him down after a 6-yard gain to the 27. The Buckeyes can really attack on this second and short. Now the play fake. He lobs one high down the left side. Pulls it in down the sideline. Finds a seam. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
Sometimes you see play action for teams that don't really even run the football. I love how they run the football, set it up, next play, take the big shot down the field. The receiver makes the play, makes the catch, and runs it into the end zone.
Lining up to add another. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. That drive a great example of just how potent this offense can be. 2 plays, 80 yards, give them the touchdown. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point of the game, David, they've got to score on this drive. Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this point, offensively, they've got to execute much better.
They got to be super aggressive. Down 24, you're going to need 3 touchdowns, 3 two-point conversions, everything to kind of go your way. So fast and throwing the football.
Back to throw, it's Gentry. And down goes the quarterback. There are penalty flags down, but it looks as if this might be on the offense. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. The Hokies decide to punt it away. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Beer.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right?
Turning it on. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half of the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He'll try to take it back. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
Timing has to be so good. When you're throwing at his own defense over the middle of the field, the ball's got to come out specifically on time because these windows close really quickly. Ball there thrown a little bit late. As a result, it's an INT.
And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Back to pass, it's Gentry. Makes the catch. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Looking to fire. He's got his man. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. 3rd and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on 4th down. Got it in the middle, it's Potts. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the first down, they've got it at the 40. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
To the air on first down. Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, Hokies! They went for it all, and it paid off with the score.
And I think in the pre-snap, I think both of these guys were on the same page. They had a look defensively that let them know we can pitch this thing way down the field. I'm going to go run under it and make a big play for you.
Yeah, and when I'm the receiver, I'm like, I'm open, right? I'm going straight down the field. Throw me the football. I got the speed. I can beat this guy. You can tell they've done that so much in practice. They knew it was second nature, and they executed it perfectly.
And with the extra point, they're down 31-14. quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the score comes on a pass from 40 yards out. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. And the Buckeyes will send out the punt unit. He was working his way on the return toward midfield. They'll stop him at the 46. So, guys, we'll get another look at this offense. Sticks it in his belly. Oh, better look out. Got enough for the 1st. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. They'll snap this one from the 42. It's 1st and 10. He's got it. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He'll keep it himself. Finds a crease at the 20. Breaks into the open. And he'll finish the run and the end zone. Touchdown, Virginia Tech.
Really nice job of executing that time by the offense on the option play. Really nice blocking up front. And the quarterback there really had a 2-way go. He could have pitched that. The pitch guy was wide open. But the QB decided to keep it himself. Down here in the red zone-ish area, he's able to make guys miss and take it in for the score.
Getting set for the point after. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And he finished off the drive with a 30-yard scoring scamper. Here's the return from inside his 10. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. He'll do it himself. That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets him up to the 24. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. Now on 2nd down. Back to pass. He's got his man, makes the grab. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep him from getting the 1st down. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Fires it incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open.
Snatches it on the right. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 at the 38, and these guys are on the move. The Buckeyes getting set on 1st and 10. They just keep firing. Caught over the middle. It's Turner. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Ball spotted at the 27. It's 1st and 10. Wide receiver going in motion. Handoff to the single back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. Quickly complete. There is nowhere to go. He is stopped, and it'll be 4th down from the 23. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And it's right down the boulevard. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
And I like the way this defense just finished. And I know they're trailing, but they didn't give up the touchdown. Got a little bit of momentum. Not much time left in this first half, but you got halftime to make some adjustments, come out with some energy, but a nice stop here.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. To throw, it's Hope. Right down the middle. A strike downfield. They get him on the ground late in the half. They have the first down at the 41. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. Got the quick pass. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Fires to the tight end. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. And now in the most bizarre of spots, here comes the field goal kicker. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Guys, who's had a better seat there in Columbus for an entertaining first half than you? These quarterbacks have been wheeling and dealing. A little bit of everything through 2 quarters. Exactly what we expected all week, if not even exceeding those lofty expectations. Feels like the defense that can at least contain one of these dual threats is going to be celebrating a hard-fought victory, although easier said than done. And with that, we send it back to the guys in the shoe.
The Buckeyes will kick it off to start the second half. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the middle. Makes a connection. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line. And the Hokies want to crank the tempo. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Darrisaw. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Rides the back on the option. The gift. It's as if that ball had a magnet going back to the offense. How in the world did they keep it? And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. Back to pass, it's Hope. Catch in the middle, it's Potts. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And of course he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
He's got him. Across the 25 to the 24-yard line before he stopped. Pick up a 5 and a first down.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. The Hokies come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Makes the grab. Touchdown, Hokies. A Lazarus-like comeback is underway. He'll try to tack on one more. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Interesting matchup this week in the Big 12 today. In fact, they're all interesting this season. Oklahoma State will need to mount a comeback, but those fans that were there when Justin Blackmon was a two-time All-American, they know this game is not over. They're trail.
There he goes! They finally get him stopped. This veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play. And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. Quarterback on the keeper. Got the first down and more. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down. Motion from the wideout. This quarterback part of their running game. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Soften him up with a run. Now to throw. Inside the 35. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Wants to throw on first down. Takes the easy throw in the flat. And good blocking in space out there to give him enough room to pick up the first down. And the Buckeyes, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. Lets it go to the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Ohio State.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. Last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on it.
Yeah, you just pick and pick and pick until you find that place where you're like, okay, this is an advantage I have. They clearly found that dude. They score here, we're in for a ball game.
He'll pull it on the read. Got enough for the first down and wants more. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. To the air. It's Hope. Gets it out quickly. Good pick up a little bit short of the sticks. And the Hokies can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Snap it to the back. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. The Hokies kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Looking downfield on first down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming. So now it's 2nd and long. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Makes the grab. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? Hang on, Sloopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on 3rd down. run play action. Got him downfield. Working their way closer and closer. A third down conversion, and they've got it at the 26. Wants to keep it in the air. Takes the easy one to the back. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5.
And that's why if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
First and goal, and a great opportunity to slice into this lead. Snap in the shotgun. Touchdown, Virginia Tech! You thought they were done. They're not. They're back, baby!
And that's what I love about empty sets and formations on offense, is that when you spread the defense out, you create bigger lanes to throw into. You saw it right there.
PAT unit on the field. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. He'll keep it himself. And they make the tackle, but the official has tossed his flag. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. The give to the back. Nice move to keep running. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. Here comes the option. Now the pitch. Picks his way ahead, pick up a 3, and gets it to the 20-yard line. After the strong run on second down, third down coming. Do they do it again? From the gun, wants to pass. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
And the defense is finally able to find an answer for this quarterback's legs. He's been killing them early in the game, already over 40 yards rushing. Here we are now, though, in the second half. And it looks like they've made a few adjustments. That time, they were able to get in the backfield, get to him, and bring him to the ground.
The Buckeyes line up to punt it away. From midfield, looking for room. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time. They had a much better field position this time around. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. Off play action. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers and he couldn't hold on. They'll run the option. Now the pitch. Oh, he's got some space. Big time run on that one as he goes out of bounds right at the 10.
These offenses are so hard to stop when you run the option because they play the quarterback well. They get it to the running back. The defense looks pretty good, but third and short, they get the yardage they need, and they move the sticks.
Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Dropping back, it's Gentry. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
The offense right now is moving in the wrong direction. They weren't able to get a touchdown on that 1st down play. Now giving up a negative play on 2nd down. You better be very careful about this 3rd down play.
If they can pay off this 3rd and goal opportunity, man, oh man, those collars start getting a little tight across the way. Let's it fly. Touchdown, Hokies. Somehow, they got up off the deck. They fought back, and they've tied the game. Extra point here will give them the lead. And that extra point was good, and now they have the lead in the 4th. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the Big 12. Oklahoma State is down, but they are not out of it. Not inside Boone Pickens Stadium, one of the best home field advantages in all of college football. It's a close one right now. They're trailing by 1 to TCU. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about in this one, the Big 12, or anywhere else. Ben?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Pulls it and fires to the left. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st. Pulls and fires complete. He gets it oh so close to the 1st down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. The Buckeyes will punt it away on 4th down. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Fair catch is signaled and made, and they'll go to work from the 27-yard line. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. Looking to throw, it's Hope. Unloads to the wideout. Finds space on the right. And the Hokies with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him. Put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Got it in the middle, it's Potts. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. Back to pass on 2nd down. Throws to the wideout. Just a little bit too much juice on that one as the freshman was taking a shot. Big 3rd down as the crowd gets behind this defense. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down. The Hokies have their offense in high gear. He'll do it himself. Oh, it's loose. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. Right down the gut of the field. They bring him down, but not only do they get the turnover, he picked up a chunk of yardage, too.
And that right there, probably the biggest play in this game so far. The offense has the lead, and they're just trying to run the football to run this clock out. But the defense able to knock it out, jump on it. Now all of a sudden, this game has a completely different feel.
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Things had not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far. And intercepted deep in his own end.
This is what can happen at times. You get the snowball effect. Everything going their way in the 1st half. Big lead going into halftime, but it's mistake after mistake on both sides of the ball. And that interception, David, compounds the problem.
And this defense has completely changed at the half. How about it, man? They've come out aggressive now, forcing a turnover, all the momentum on their side, and the offense gets the ball back.
And the offense heads out onto the field to get the drive started. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. To the air, it's Gentry. Under fire. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back in the 16.
And listen, the quarterback drops back and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And the Hokies will line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll make the fair catch at the 44, and they'll have terrific field position. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot. And now let's see if they can pull this one out. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? After the incompletion, back to the passing game. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming. Trying to pick up a 1st down. They'll send the back in motion. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. This time he's got it. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. From the gun, running back on the move. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard. Pulls and fires complete to the right. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the 1st down, but a good gain on that play. Kick the field goal from here. It's a 51-yarder. Get a few on 3rd down, and life is much better. He's stopped right there, short of the 1st down, and this defense trying to preserve the lead. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. It is good. And after the field goal, guys, they are back on top.
All field goals are not created equal, guys. Kicks in the 4th quarter to take the lead. They just seem to carry so much more weight. So give that young man credit for getting out there and knocking that thing through the uprights with all of the pressure, with all the eyeballs on him. He delivered.
On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. Stop behind the line. He'll lose a yard. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Gets the back moving. Looking downfield. It's Hope. Throws to the tight end. Got a man in the middle. And he won't quite get there. But boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the 1st. An array of possibilities here.
And David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successfully.
Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits. The Hokies with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Looking to fire. Makes the grab. And he'll move his way forward to the 1st down. They'll mark it at the 35. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. To the air on 1st down. He wants a big play here late. Brings it in down the left side. He flips his field in an instant, and he's got him set up at the 20.
That is just what this offense needed, man. A big play down the field, trying to score a touchdown, trying to take the lead late in this football game, but now they don't have to go super fast. They don't have to rush. Great play by this offense.
And the Hokies had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. Got his man. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain. This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. Second down, they'll go to the air. The throw to the outside is complete. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. To the air, it's Gentry. Looking for the score. Touchdown, Virginia Tech. And with that, they move out front here in the fourth.
This is an offense that has so much confidence. They believe they're able to win the game when it matters the most. They've got the playmakers to do it. You saw it on that last touchdown. Now taking the lead with less than 2 minutes to go.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point is good, and the lead is 5 here in the fourth. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. They try to pop a run on the draw. He never had a chance on the draw, tackled almost as soon as he got the ball. The offense gets a quick timeout. At this point, every second is precious. Fires to the big fella. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up. Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. Quarterback's just going to take a knee. What a show both of these teams put on today. Couple of outstanding squads, hotly contested battle all the way to the very end.
Yeah, we came into this one expecting this to be a back-and-forth battle. We knew it was going to go down late into the fourth quarter. At the end of the day, the higher-ranked team, David, they were really able to lean on those playmakers and that leadership they've got in the locker room.
Yeah, and now I think even more so, you're starting to believe in them. They're battle-tested. This team they find a way to get things done. That's why they're ranked where they're at. And I expect this team to stay in contention for the college football playoff because they're proving week in and week out they're a really good squad.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.